welcome back to my channel. My name is Mona, aka Nailaesthetics, and I'm back with another acrylic nail tutorial. In today's video, my client is getting a full set of stiletto freestyle nails. It is gonna be her birthday set, so she wanted something blue incorporated in that, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm starting off by using my fine sanding band to remove the natural shine and also push back some of the cuticle. I'm also going in with my cuticle bit to just make sure that that area is nice and clean. This step is very important to prevent lifting. I also want to mention that in today's video, everything that I'm using is going to be listed down below, and everything that I'm using is also going to be in my Amazon storefront. So when applying nail tips, you want to make sure that you're applying the nail tip from one end to another and that it fits perfectly. So this client, her nail tips are a little bit flat. So the tip to applying nail tips when your client has a flat nail bed is you're going to take the nail tip and you're going to clip the ends of it. So right where it meets to the tip of the nail, you want to clip the end so that it's not folded over and it's a little bit more flat. It will allow the nail tip to stick on and not be raised, if that makes any sense. If you want me to go more in depth about that concept, let me know down below and I can make a separate video showing you exactly what I mean. My client asked for long stilettos, so for me, I use 6 magnets to get the perfect length for her. And then we're gonna go in with our nail clippers and clip the sides to the shape of a stiletto. So here I'm just using my sanding band to blend in the tip, and I'm also going in on the sides to crisp up the shape. So moving on to application, I wanted to slow this down a little bit so you guys could see exactly what I'm doing. I'm going in with my first bead here. I'm using Valentino Lustrous Pink for the base. You can see that I placed the bead directly below the cuticle area, just making sure none of the product got flooded there. This is very important when it comes to preventing lifting, because any product that gets caught between the cuticle area and the natural nail, if that is left there over time as the nail grows out, the product grows with it. That is what would cause lifting, if you understand what I'm saying here. So I also did want to mention that before I dropped this bead, I did go in with my Bondi Dehydrator and also my Valentino Super Bond Primer that I use. What I do is for each nail, I apply the primer and then apply the product. So I'm going in with my second bead near the cuticle area here. As you can see, I'm patting it down, bringing it down slowly, making sure that I'm also patting the sides so that I'm keeping the shape of the nail. So that's how you'll get that nice clean shape without having to file too much. So now that the application's all done, we're going to move on to filing. So filing stiletto and almond nails are not the same as filing square or coffin nails. As you could see, like, I'm filing it at a certain angle, and that is the way that you would get the shape. I can't really tell you why exactly. That was just the way that I learned, and that was just the way that always worked for me. So I would say try it this way and you'll definitely see a difference in your shaping. So now we're going to be taking our e-file and we're going to be filing around that cuticle area, just making sure that there's no products left over on the skin. Like I said before, it can cause lifting. If there is any products that may have got stuck to the skin. The way that you would know that you have a nice, clean, crisp cuticle area is that you will see a small space between the natural nail plate and the skin. It can be a little bit intimidating at first, but once you get the hang of it, you will realize that it's not so bad. So you want to use anywhere between medium and fine. Nothing more coarse than this, because you can risk cutting your client. So you also want to go in and make sure that you're removing any imperfections on the sides, anything that could maybe snag at your client's clothes. And then also you want to make sure that as you're doing this, you're looking at the nail from all angles. That way you can make sure that it's leveled and there's no bumps or creases in your application. Once you're done, make sure to flip your client's hands over to make sure there's no product left underneath the nail, and remove any extra shavings that may be under there. So this is what I do. You don't have to do it this way. This is just something I found that works for me. I always had my clients come back telling me that their gel polish peeled or lifted. So I had a lot of issues with that. So what I found worked for me is, number one, I don't let my client wash their hands until afterwards. And number two, I go back in with the same fine sanding band that I used earlier just to smooth out the nail, and that way it keeps it rough, but not rough to the point where it would show in the polish. It's still smooth. And I buff if necessary, but most of the time after this step, I normally just go in with base coat. So for this, I just found that it minimized any of the polish coming off. Another extra step that I like to take is removing the cuticle, because sometimes I find when you're drilling around the cuticle area, some extra skin tends to lift up. So I just like to get rid of all that excess skin, and it just makes the nail look a little bit more cleaner and nice. So here is the final product. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if there was anything else you would like to see.